Hey, welcome back to the Milton Price Report. My name is Chuck Charlton with the Charlton Advantage team at Royal LePage. This is the March 2014 edition, and the purpose of this is to really just bridge the gap between our distance, be as if I could sit beside you reading through this report, giving you some extra information you may not find in it. And we've been doing this report, I think, since 2005. Our team is 4 licensed agents, so myself and my wife Melissa. We also have Shalini and Tony, and then we have a full-time office admin, Jody. And so we're all good at different things. When you combine us all together, you get a really powerful experience, and the goal is to make sure you make as much money as possible, or save as much if you're buying, and to make it a joyful, safe experience for you with no surprises. And so that's what we try and do. We've done it for over 1,000 people over the last 10 years, and we have an office right on Bronte and Laurier if you ever want to stop by. So with this report, it never replaces customized advice. It's general information. And so when you're looking to list your home, there's a lot of decisions that you have to make. There's a lot of things that, you could read our book, our room by room review, but the only real thing you can do is to get the advice of an expert. And whether that's us or someone else, it's just important to have that specific advice to your situation. But in the beginning information gathering stage, this kind of stuff hopefully is very helpful for you. So average price has gone up well. The numbers from February get reported in early March. So we're going to have the numbers for March and early April. But prices have gone up. That's really, we've seen about a 30% reduction in inventory year over year. So we're seeing a lot less homes for sale this year. Even building starts, stuff that's normally released off the builders' lots, we haven't seen a lot of that. Last year was slow, and it's continued to be slow while they're developing the Boyne survey south of Louis St. Laurent. So anyway, what we're seeing is I was surprised when I saw these numbers. Freehold townhouses, only 60% of them sold. And sometimes what happens with these numbers, if you look at that, that's the lowest in 6 months. But the days on the market is higher. So I think what happened was at the end of the month, there was a flood of listings. And I have a feeling in March, if these numbers turn around, it's probably the result of just the timing and how we report stats, because townhomes have been doing really well. A model that we sold in December for a very respectable price, we've seen the price jump almost $10,000 since then with other similar listings. So semis have done pretty well. They've been humming along too, because they've got that nice balance of that's just my phone ringing. They have a nice balance of, you get some of the benefits of a detached, you get some of the benefits of a townhouse. 11 days on the market, so much less than we saw through December and January. It's a sign that things have turned around, and the demand is there and the supply really isn't. Detached homes, less than 50%. We have seen that before. December was a big month for detached homes. We also saw the average price go up. Now, I don't put a lot of reference on average price because it's such a small sample. If you find one big sale, then that can kind of skew the numbers on the upside. So for the year stuff, I look more at average price. For the month stuff, I'm looking more at supply demand stuff like sales and new listings and average days on market. That gives you a little bit more of a sign of that immediate time and what's going on. Condo towns have done really well. There hasn't been a lot that have come out, and I think that's part of the reason why. We saw a lot come out in March. Many of them are not in great shape, so they are sitting around, but the price point's good, and it's probably the most affordable way to get any kind of a backyard in Milton. We've seen the freehold 3-story village towns really jump up. And condo apartments, we had that swell of inventory in January, and we saw that it's starting to get absorbed, but not quite as fast. So it'll happen. All the units that are out there are going to start to go, but everybody listed at the same time, and there was just a little bit of a battle going on between them. So the Milton market is very stable. About 65% of the homes that list sell. When people talk about seller's market and buyer's market, seller's market is usually over about 50% of the homes that are listed that sell in any given month, and a buyer's market is considered less than 20, so 1 in 5. And we did encounter that back in 2008. A lot of people forget that, but it's not that long ago, at least in my mind. So everything else looks good. Days on the market, very, very consistent consistent and stable. We've seen a lot of stability in the Milton market probably for the last 2 years, and numbers very similar to this. So some information about some people that we've helped along the way, what they've had to say about us helping them. And you can go online and find all the individual sale links, so you can check that out. And then if you want to take a next step here after you're done watching this video and reading the report, you can call us and get a pinpoint price analysis. And we really give you a lot of tools to come up with your own price. I've always believed in empowering a seller to say, okay, based on this information, where do you feel you fit in? And there's a whole strategy involved with pricing, but the bottom line is, if my job is done correctly, you're going to understand prices. You'll be able to choose the right price to put the home, and then my job is to explain to you the measures of success once we actually put it out there. The room by room review is actually where we come in the home, and it's about an hour, and we go through all the rooms. We put a checklist together, and we divide it up into must do, could do, and don't do. And you can always leave your home as is, but when we talk about must do, they're the value boosters. They're the things you spend $1,000 for and you make $5,000, or you spend $50 and you make $500. Those are the real boosters. The could do's are more even keel return, but they make life a lot easier when you sell. And there's a lot of people that we have to dissuade from doing things, and we say, don't do that. It's not to your benefit. It's either a waste of time or a waste of money. And finally, the silent market. We have 13,000 people subscribed to our different mailing lists. One of the biggest is MiltonDailyHomes.com. We have a huge list there. We've got 30 buyers we're working with right now as a team, and they're looking for anything under the sun. So if you have a particular kind of home you're thinking about listing maybe later this year, and you just want to see if there is a buyer out there, just touch base with us. Tell us a little bit more about what you have, and we'd be glad to just see if there's a match there, or if there's anything we can do to help you before you actually get it up on the market. So that's the report. If you have any questions, give us a call at 905-693-9346. And thanks for tuning in to the Milton Price Report. We'll see you next month.